Hello and welcome to an eco-centric map-specific build order on Sentina III. We have to do the introduction in the loading time because we are already out of time. You have to place the factory before the ACU teleports in. And if you don't do that, then the trees will fall down, and you place the factory on top of the trees, the ACU will have to move and reclaim. You don't want to lose this time, and you still want to have the ideal factory placement, which is adjacent to this max and close to this hydro. So this is probably the best spot, and you have to be really careful with the timing when you spawn on this map. Sentina III has a lot of reclaim in the center, and it's actually so much that it is impossible to make use of all of this reclaim without building mass storages. And even then you still will overflow some to your team. So the idea of this build order is that you go full engineers and do a modified hydro rush. Modified because the ACU has to move to the center, and that's why the engineer will take over and build the 4 maxes the ACU usually builds before the second engineer builds the hydro. So second engineer goes to the hydro as explained, starts immediately, and it's also going to queue up some power generators within the build range. So this is so that the engineer doesn't have to move, or it only has to move as little as possible. So losing build time on Sentina really hurts, and that's why you don't want to build more than 4 mixes, and instead start building mass storages immediately after the 4 mixes are complete. You have 3 engineers on power spam, and 1 engineer is assisting this engineer which is building the storages. But this is a time where you stall a tiny bit of power. That's probably not perfect, but it's still a very decent BO. And the next engineer then heads back to the power building engineers, so the power stall stops, but then moves back to support the storage building engineers. And you can see how this is timed. The ACU was moving here to reclaim the Percival, which is over here, and all the other wreckages in the range. And as soon as the ACU is there and starts reclaiming, the storages start finishing. And this is how you can spend a portion of the mass you're getting directly by investing into power generators and mass storages, and the portion you cannot spend is kept in your storage, right? That's how you're not wasting any mass. And wasting mass is really an issue on Sentina. And on this map you have to know that the mass extractors spawn dynamically, so in a 4v4 game there would be more teammates here and more mass extractors. And usually there is a battle between 8 ACUs in the center. And the ACUs that lose their HP head back into the water to heal. So after the 7 mass storages, the engineers start assisting the T1 maxes which are upgrading. So I'm upgrading 2 at once, and I'm going to upgrade more whenever the power allows it. And this engineer that is building the extra 5 maxes outside the core is going there quite late, because the priority is really to have lots of power and lots of mass storages. You can see there's 3000 mass in the bank, and we already have some T2 maxes, so this is a pretty good way of making use of all the reclaim in the center. So upgrading even more maxes, and I started 82 upgrade on the air factory I had just completed, but I had to pause it again so I wouldn't stall power. This is just flexible eco management. Watch your eco bars and try not to power stall, but spend as much mass as you can. And why are we going for fast T2 on this map? Well, that's because when this ACU battle between 8 ACUs is over, there's going to be at least one HP, like one ACU that has low HP. And the T2 factory is going to build torpedo bombers and kill this ACU. And usually you should build some torpedo bombers and some gunships and basically move them in together. So if the ACU that is on low HP is in the water and the torpedo bombers hit, but it survives, then it goes to land and the gunships can finish it off. That's basically the idea. Or if the low HP ACU is on the land, then it will retreat into the water as your gunships are attacking, but then you have the torpedo bombers ready to get the kill. And it's important that you don't move in these things too quickly, so you don't give the opponent any chance to build anti-air, since there will be 4 enemy ACUs in the middle building T1 anti-air if you attack. But you don't want to miss out on a kill opportunity either. So that's a bit crucial that you don't mess up with the air weapons. And as you realize that more engineers are next to the factory and you need more power, you pause some of the assisting engineers and take another cloud of engineers and build more T1 power. And after everything is back in balance, you can simply find out by trial and error, you can assist the factory again. And this is how it works. And at the same time, you upgrade as many mixes as your power allows. And the idea is that you can get a snipe and probably the best eco on the map. And this is how this works. So I hope you understood the intuition, and good luck trying it out.